I've known Joey for just over 15 years, and 16 years. And well, that's almost 20 years, that's almost 2 decades. And in that time, you kind of get well, I'm sure you have to get a really good idea of who that person really is. And so I want to tell you who I think Joey really is. So I wanted to get some things off my chest. First of all, let me tell you a story of how we first met. You know, every best man speech, they'll tell you this story and tell you something really heartwarming. So mine's a little different. So let me set the stage, okay? It's Scarborough, 1995, circa 1995. And we went to a high school called Albert Campbell Collegiate Institute. And behind, or in front of this high school, there was a magical place, and it was called Woodside Mall. And so we'd all hang out there and skip school and everything. Maybe not skip, not that age, but we did. And there was an arcade at this mall. And so back in those days, there was one arcade game that really stood above the rest. Anybody? What arcade game was that? Anybody?
Street Fighter?
Not Pac-Man. Street Fighter. All Chinese guys played this game. Street Fighter, that's right. And contrary to popular belief, not all Asians were good at this game. I sucked. I was really bad. So I didn't play against Joey, I played against another guy. But Joey was good friends with this guy, apparently. I don't know. So he was standing there, it was me, and then it was his friend. And his name's Felix. So Felix, if you're here, I'm going to kick your ass. So I lost. There's an etiquette to this game, okay? There's 3 rounds. So if you lose the first round, the next round you're supposed to win. The opponent's supposed to give you that round. It's called the mercy round. Right, Ronald?
Yes.
And then, so you get bang for your buck. You get 3 rounds. So that's why there's an etiquette. So I get my ass kicked because I suck. And then I think I just let out like an expletive, just how bad I was. You know, you're like, whatever, right? And then the guy, Felix, he was like, you know what, F you. And I was like, what did I do? F you, man, you lose. I was like, okay, calm down. I don't know. So I left. And Joey hunted me down in the mall. He just kept eyeing me like death eyes. I was like, what did I do? I have a reputation. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get my ass beat. I don't know why. So that was my first story with Joey, and now we're best friends. I don't know how. Fast forward to now we're best friends. There's a lot of in-between, and I'll mention the in-betweens right now. Just to see, I won't mention the really bad things, because they're really bad things. But after that, also here in high school, because he had a reputation, he would bully a lot of kids. You know, not beat them up, but just kind of push them around. Like another guy who was a bully. I'm not going to name his names. Daniel Ryu. So the two of them kind of just messed around, and you know, we were kids and stuff, so we just messed around. But anyway, after that, a few years later, we became friends, you know, and we went out a lot and stuff. So I really got to know Joey. You know, I was like, okay, he's not such a bad guy, he's not an asshole. And then we fast forward to a few years ago. I actually moved in, or he moved in with me, and so we were roommates. So you can imagine how. Those who know Joey knows that I was really a brave guy for taking he's an asshole. One example why he's a big asshole. Sorry for swearing. But there was, when it gets hot in the summertime, like he sweats a lot. Sweat. He could be eating like ice cream and he's sweating. Okay? Right? So, yeah, he's sweating right now. So every time I would come home from a long day at work, and you know, when you come home from a long day at work, you just want to rest, and like maybe watch Oprah or something, at least he does, and just chill out, maybe have a beer. So I come home after a long day at work. He's at home, or no, he comes home from work, and he immediately just starts stripping. He's practically naked except his boxers. I'm like, Joey, what are you doing? He's like, what? I'm hot. On the vent where the AC comes out. So his sweat is all all in the air. And like, Joey, you mind? Like, I can smell you. There's a lot of other stories. You would eat your food, you go out of the room, if your food's on the table, you eat it. And stuff like that. I'm sure everyone from high school has their stories, their joy stories. Just show of hands, how many people, you guys over there, has almost gotten in a fist fight with Joey? Like a real serious fist fight. Me too. His dad had to stop us once. But anyway, you gotta ask yourself a question after that. We've gotten a lot of fights with Joey. So why are we here? That's the question. Why are we here? We hate this guy. This guy's such an asshole. The answer is it's not. Because if you really get to know him, you look past that. You see past that, and you see that this guy has a real heart of gold, and he always has your back. He'll always look after you. He might yell at you a lot for no reason, but he's the greatest guy in the world. I'm a pretty good judge of character, so why would I be friends with this guy if he's not? He's such a good guy. So, Patty, and I always said, because he's such a it's going to take a really special girl to be with Joey, and I was right. I just found that special girl. Patty, as hard as it is for you to believe, he did have some girlfriends before you. It's hard for all of us to believe. And he really sucked at it. But I really think it was because he was practicing. He wanted to perfect how to be a real man, boyfriend, husband, for that one special girl. He found her. And that's Patricia. And I want to thank you, Patricia, for taking him off my back. And, Patty, you know already that he's difficult. But you're marrying him, not in spite of these reasons, but because of them. Because, I really think imperfection leads to perfection. And you're not a saint yourself. She's got some weird germ-phobic issues. You see her apartment, Peter? Hoarders. Have you seen Hoarders? Zoo in there and everything. It's ridiculous. Okay, to wrap it up. You guys come together. You guys aren't very perfect. You're imperfect. But coming together makes you perfect. And I want you guys to raise your glasses and join me to celebrate Joey and Patricia. And thank you, Joey, for not letting terrorists win this day on 9/11. And I wish you all the best, and I wish I will have just a little piece of what you guys have. And I know you guys are going to have an amazing time for the rest of your lives. So congratulations. Guys, congratulations.